So, my sister used to work at a library, and at one point we had a big meetup for a bunch of local semi-famous authors and illustrators for kids' books. We got to go around and see them all give presentations. Most of them were pretty cool, but this one guy, who was an illustrator, he gave my favorite presentation. This was about a year ago, and that's when I had the most hype for making something of my drawing talent. I mean, if you call it talent. So that was pretty cool. But afterwards, we had to go get some lunch. And so since we were there with an employee, that meant we were VIPs and got free lunch from this back room in the library. And guess who was also VIPs and got free lunch in the back room of a library?
Was it the authors and illustrators?
It was the authors and illustrators. So the three of us sat at our own table, and I noticed the illustrator guy who I liked was sitting on a table right next to us. Hey, look, it's that guy.
Well, why don't you go over there and talk to him?
Despite how it was way too awkward to just go and talk to this illustrator dude, I was talked into it, and I think you can pretty well assume how that went. I sat there on the edgiest edge of the seat I could be for about 5 minutes while he finished a conversation with someone else, and at this point, I think my brain had gone into blue screen of death stage, because I barely remember this part, but it went something like, "Hey, I liked the presentation you gave, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
But it wasn't all bad, because the library people were handing out these paper typewriters to the authors, and I got to keep one. They said, "You are just our type."
You're not funny, Tom.
And got free lunch from... And at this point, I think my brain had been gone...
Well, why don't you go over... Well, why don't you go over there and... That's... Oh, thank you. Oh,